is where these winding roads have led. I can see a day of gold ahead. It can't be done, impossible, they've said, but I'll get there. I'll get there. I will rise up. I will not fall. I will stand up. I will not fall. I will stay strong. I'm never giving up faith. I will go all the way. This will be the day.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Msnaturally here, and if you are new, be sure to subscribe before you leave. Today's video is really exciting because we're doing a chit chat all about my journey from teaching to now being a full-time content creator and reaching 500K on YouTube. It's so crazy to even think about, and we're going to get into all the details related to my journey in a moment, but I do want to mention to you guys that I will be doing a giveaway in this video. I know you guys have been waiting for that for so long, but this is a perfect time to do a really good giveaway. So be sure to watch the entire video so that you can get all the details on the giveaway, and it's a good one, y'all. But let's just jump right into my journey. Y'all, I actually just got my 100K plaque in the mail probably about a month ago, and I've been waiting for the perfect video to actually unbox it in, which is crazy. You know, this one is actually the 100K plaque, and I'm now at 500K, and I just got it. I think in, was it January, February? Sometime this year is when I got it. Crazy, right? But we're gonna unbox it together because I haven't even seen it yet. I didn't even think I was gonna get this thing at one point. I actually applied for it online, and I didn't hear anything back. And some people were saying that they hadn't gotten their plaque. Yeah, it was actually a blessing that I was able to contact someone who works with YouTube so that I could get mine. But I'm just happy to have it. Wow. Wow. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see that? So look at this, guys. Ooh. Yo, this is so crazy. I actually never thought I'd see the day where I'd be holding one of these. I would see other people unboxing these in their videos. I remember when I was at like 30K, 50K, and I'm like, oh my goodness, will I ever get one of those? And now I have mine. Presented to Msnaturally for passing 100K subscribers on YouTube.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Here I go. Give me that microphone.
The next plaque comes when you get 1 million. So that's the goal now. I actually believe that that can happen. You guys are going to hear me share in a moment about how I didn't even have a goal to get to 500 because I didn't even think that was possible. Seeing what God has been able to do in my journey has just blown my mind. I actually logged my journey, and the way I logged it, I can't even explain what the logic was behind it because it makes no sense. I actually showed it to my husband the other day. He was like, why did you log this number and that number? I don't even know. I think whenever I thought about what number I was at on YouTube, I just marked it down. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm here. So it was just like a whole lot of, oh my goodness, like maybe at the end of the night. So this log is really just gonna be all over the place, kind of. But it's indicative of me kind of sitting in my bed, just being wowed by the increase. So on the screen right now, you all should be looking at a log of my growth on YouTube since 2020. It's kind of crazy to see that January 1st, 2020, I was at 200K. I had just gotten to 200K at the start of last year. What? And I've already gained a whole 300K more within that time frame. Y'all, it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And if you see how the numbers increased, January I had 200K. Then February 9th, I had 300K. I gained a whole 100K more a month later. And then by May, I had 370. I have no clue when I actually got to 400K. My husband asked me the other day, like, why didn't you market like 200, 250, 300? I have no idea. It was just like random logs. But this is just what I track, and I'm sure there's a way that I can go into YouTube in the analytics and figure out when I got there. I tried to figure out when I got to 400K, but I couldn't find that. Nevertheless, I did get there at some point. I just don't have the exact date that I got there. But these numbers have just been going crazy. In January of last year, when I reached 200K, I had actually gotten my first viral video, which I never even thought I was gonna do that. I would often sit back and see other channels with 1 million plus on a video, and I'm like, wow, how in the world did they do that? My videos will probably never do that. And I actually had one to get to that point. It was one of my crochet braid videos. And I was like, man, like, I can't even believe it got here. Like, my channel has a viral video. And then I got to see another video go viral. And when I say this one went viral on a whole other level, y'all, my first twin video to go viral, when I first posted that, to be honest, I only thought it was gonna maybe do what my previous twin video had done. I believe I had another video with my sister, and that one was at like maybe 300K, maybe 400. So I expected for it to maybe do that. But that first video is now at like 11 million views. What in the world? How did that even happen? I don't even know. And then I did another one of those this year, and that one's at 2 million. Maybe it's about to reach 3, but y'all, God is so good. Like, I can't even process what has occurred. When I tell you God has breathed on my channel like crazy within the last year or so, a large part of why these videos have done so well, really, I can't fully explain. But throughout my journey, I feel like I've kind of gained a sense of what does well on YouTube. And I've just kind of really tried to stay in my lane. And I've tried to really make sure I produce content that is true to who I am, that allows for me to explore topics and concepts that I really, really enjoy a great deal. And I just try to do the best that I can to keep you all engaged in the video and have an exciting thumbnail, have a great title, those kind of things. See other videos that have done well and try to emulate that, but by putting my own little flavor on it. And I feel like I have seen a great deal of increase from using those kind of strategies or techniques. You all often say that I'm so skilled and I'm so talented and God has really blessed me. Y'all, it's really the latter. God has just really been blessing. It has been all Him. When I tell y'all, whenever I create a video, I pray about the video. It doesn't matter what the video is about. I'm often asking God, like, help me with this one. Help me so that it'll be an engaging video, that my audience will really connect with it. Give me the creativity to create this video so that it's phenomenal, because I don't just want to put anything on my channel. I want whatever it is. If I'm talking about hair grease, if I'm talking about toilet paper, I want it to be the best toilet paper video there is out there. I want to be able to use my creativeness that I don't even know is fully inside of me. I don't even think I've reached my full potential in that, but I want that to shine through and it not be evident that it was just Mary. I never want you guys to watch one of my videos and it's just a really simple, basic like video. I want it always to just scream creativity and you all to really ultimately see Christ in the video. Even if I don't say Christ, that's always the goal, for you guys to see Christ. I always want Him to shine through me. And I love when I see those comments, because that's done intentionally. Because I'm not the type of person who is like a Bible thumper or someone who has to be like in your face, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's not my approach. But my life, I want that to believe Jesus. I want you all to see Christ in everything that I do. And whatever content I make, I don't know. I just want that to all point back to Christ. And I hope that you guys see that in my videos, because that's been, for me, that's my only explanation for how I got here. And so when I see comments that say like, although, you know, you aren't saying anything about Christ, like Christ just shines through you. He just radiates through you. And I think that comes from me constantly going to God and saying, God, this is what I have in my hands. Use this, whatever it is. And he does that every single time. When I tell you, you may feel like what you're doing currently, like it's not important, it's not impactful, it won't eventually lead to something amazing. But if you use what's in your hands now and give that to God, he will take what you think is nothing and make it something so amazing. My gift and my talent in hair, I never even knew that was a gift or a talent. I never knew that would be something, because that's pretty much what dominates my channel. But I am looking to explore other things because I love fashion. I love beauty. I love, like, there's so many things that I feel like I'm good at, like even singing. God has placed a lot of gifts on the inside of me. And now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, God, stir up the gifts on the inside of me. Whatever is laying dormant in me, awaken that so that others are able to see you use me in different ways, not just in this lane, but I want God to use me in a variety of different ways. I want you all to see me in fashion ads eventually. It'll be awesome for me to really be able to do things with makeup and in other areas. I don't just want to be placed in this hair space because I'm good at so many other things, but I'm just so grateful, you know, with the videos that have gone viral, being able to share someone who's so amazing and so special and near and dear to my heart, which is a major blessing, that I'm a twin. Just being able to share that with you guys has been amazing in a creative way. Just know that there's so much more to come. This year, it is my goal to still do my hair content because I know you guys like that, but I want to infuse other things. And so I'm currently now exploring brand management, which is kind of a life update type thing, but I'm exploring brand management because I want to be able to try my hand at other things. And you guys are still going to get the great content that you've been getting, but it might be in a different manner. So you all look out for that. And if you know any great brand managers, if you are an awesome brand manager, send me an email because I really have been looking into that hard since the start of this year. I can't even believe I'm talking about getting a manager. Like what? So with this growth, you all saw the log. It does seem like it happened very, very quickly. But you all don't see what happened behind the scenes in order to get me there. There have been a lot of sleepless nights. There have been a lot of days of spending countless hours pouring into my channel, spending time and energy, money into my channel, investing into it to get me to this point. When I quit my job as a teacher, I was in a city and state pretty much alone because my family is in North Carolina. I wasn't married at that time. We live in Dallas now, but at the time I lived in Houston, and that's literally across the country from my family. So I couldn't just go and move in with my sister or go back home and live with my parents. Like there wasn't access to my safety nets, if that makes sense. So I literally had to rely on God. And in order for me to take that step, it had to be a God thing. I had to feel led to quit my job. So for those out there who are desiring to quit your job, make sure God has told you to do that, because that's what's going to be your hope and your peace throughout your journey, because that journey could very well look differently from what you expect it to look like, because you might think, oh, I stepped out on faith. I took this great leap. And you just think, oh, God is going to open doors the next day or that next week, you know, you're going to have another job. That wasn't the case for me. I literally thought, because I know I heard God's voice loud and clear, Mary, quit your job. You know, I have something better for you. Y'all, I thought it was going to be 2 weeks max and I would have a job, a great job. And it was going to be something outside of the field of teaching. Because with teaching, I really enjoyed teaching. I was very good at it. But I feel like at that 5-year mark, I knew that I needed to make a change. I knew I needed to transition into something else. But I was too afraid and comfortable in the space that I was used to of being in education. And so I just kind of stuck with it and just stayed in that field. Not happy, but just stayed there. And I actually did YouTube on the side during that time. So every now and again, I would record a video And it wasn't even that I was making money from the video. I was just kind of dabbling with YouTube. So on the weekend or whenever I had time, I would record a YouTube video. It wasn't me pouring into my channel and having as many frequent videos as you all see now because I had a full-time job. But I did have my YouTube channel during that time. So when I quit my job, in my mind, I thought I'm going to easily transition into another field and I just do YouTube on the side. That was the expectation. That's what I thought. But having conversations with someone who felt led to be in my life in that season, and I know it was a God thing, she challenged me to really give God my true desires in this area and tell him, verbalize and be clear and honest about what I desire. Because I was saying, oh, I want to do this job. I'd love to be able to do something where, you know, I could explore my talents in fashion and, you know, hair. And I was explaining things really kind of vaguely that wouldn't necessarily put me in a conventional job. It could nowadays because, you know, people have created so many different types of jobs. But at that time, what job would that even be that I was describing? And she eventually asked me, like, Mary, what do you really want to do? Like, you keep dancing around this issue. You keep giving me descriptions of things that you like, but what do you truly want? And I finally had to be honest with her and myself and say, I want to do YouTube. And what's crazy about the individual who felt compelled to be a part of my life in that season, she told me that God had already laid it on her heart. I'm on a high right now and I'm full of faith, but there's going to come a moment where I'm going to come down off of that high. And I might feel discouraged. I might feel hopeless. I might question, you know, should I have made the decision that I made? And God let her know that she needed to be in my life during that time to keep me lifted, to keep me motivated, to keep me encouraged, and to pray for me. And so she would often reach out to me to ask if I was okay, you know, check on me, see how things were going. And I would literally be sitting in my room with the lights off, just like crying. Not that the electricity was off, but I was just in this funk. After week 2 of being without a job and having submitted my resume to so many different companies, filled out so many job applications to get no responses back or to get responses that were pretty much a no, I was just so defeated because that's not what I anticipated. When I quit my job, I thought, you know, God is going to swoop in right away. And he was there the whole time, but I just thought it was going to look differently. And there's a scripture that says that we can plan our way, but God determines the steps. So although I had this big plan of, you know, starting a new career in a completely different field and it kind of being easy, that's what I thought. It was nothing like that. But God carried me throughout that entire journey. I cannot remember any months of my bills not being paid, which I don't even know how they got paid, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, like, how was I able to meet my rent that month or pay for my car note? Like, how was I able to do that? It was all God. Like, he was there the whole time. I started reflecting on this the other night and I was just crying my eyes out and just worshiping God because I know it was nobody but him. I questioned so much in that season. I questioned myself in that season. I felt so inadequate. I felt like I wasn't good enough. Well, why is this happening to me? But it was the complete opposite. I felt like God was shielding me from a place of comfort and complacency. He knew that if I got into another regular job, then I'd rely on that to be my resource. And I'm not saying that it's not a good thing to be in a conventional job, because that's amazing, especially if you're doing something that you really enjoy and you feel like you're where you need to be. And even in certain seasons, although it's rough at your job, that could still be a place where you're supposed to be, because it was very rough for me. But that season of it being rough, it taught me a lot and it instilled such appreciation and humility. I am probably one of the most humble people that you meet. And it's because of seasons like this that have happened consistently throughout my life. I've never been just handed anything. That has never been a part of my story. You hear these stories about people who just become this overnight sensation and it went from 0 to 1 million real quick. That wasn't my story. Or people who were just handed things on a silver platter. They were spoon-fed and just had an easy life. That's not my story. Nothing about my journey has ever been easy. And I know we often look at other people's journey, especially on Instagram. It's so easy to do because of social media. We have so much access to people's life, but that's just their highlight reel. And we see what's going on in their life and we think, oh my God, I really want that. We begin to covet what they have. And you find yourself comparing yourself to that person and feeling less than, feeling like your journey isn't significant when it is. Your journey is significant now. Even in the rough parts of your journey, that's significant. That's important. It's impactful. And so I'm so thankful for those moments. I remember I used to question like, God, why wasn't I one of those people who got to 100K or whatever the case may be when I was in my 20s? Like I would be so much further along if I had gotten there sooner. But God often reminds me like, Mary, no, you're right on track. You're where you're supposed to be. I'm going to take you where you're supposed to go in my timing because that's perfect. What you desire for yourself, that's cool. But what I desire for you, it's excellent. It's perfect. It's flawless. It doesn't have any blemishes on it. We often think we know better, but we don't. God does. And so I'm so thankful that I relied on him and that with my journey, although it might not have been the smartest thing practically to do. When I quit my job, I did not have a savings. When I quit my job, I didn't have, as I shared with you guys, my family to fall back on. None of that was a part of my story, you know, and I didn't have another job lined up. So in my story, I had to rely solely on God. He had to do it, and if he didn't do it, it wasn't going to get done. So with that, after realizing that YouTube was something that I felt like I was supposed to do, I just poured everything into it. You know, I didn't know where money was coming from, but I was creating content. I didn't know how, I was going to pay my bills or how I was going to even stay in Texas. I remember at one point, my twin sister actually saying to me, Mary, you should probably come back home. And I remember telling her, that's not a part of the equation. I'm not coming back home. I was so determined and I just had such faith that God was going to take care of me. And he did, y'all. I was relying solely on Christ. That's all I had. And at that time, I wasn't even at 100K when I had quit my job. I was at maybe like, I don't even know if I was at 60K yet. I didn't get to 100K on YouTube until 2018. So like, it was a year of me being under 100K. I was probably at like 50 maybe. And at that time, when you're at like 50K, your YouTube monetization, what you're making just from the video alone, it's pretty much nothing, especially with the type of channel that I have. So what I was making at that time was not enough to sustain me just from YouTube. But I was still creating content. Sponsorships, I didn't have those, but I was still creating content. Y'all, God came through. And when I really saw the increase start to happen, and I said this in my previous video, and I'll link that one as well. I believe I go into more details about my journey. I really started to see God move like crazy when I started to pay my tithes again. I paid my tithes like most of my life. But in that season where my employment situation was a little crazy, I was like, I don't know where this money is coming from to be able to pay my bills. How am I going to give tithes? But y'all, when I tell you tithing, the month that I paid my tithes was the same month I got a sponsorship. The same month. That was the same month that a company paid me to do the video. In the past, I was doing videos just with hair that I purchased on my own, or, content that I was producing on my own about singleness. Y'all remember I used to do all those videos and things like that. It was just content that I was creating, but actually getting a paid sponsorship, that happened the same month. That was the same month that I had determined in my mind, every cent I get, I'm going to make sure I give God 10. He is getting his 10%. No matter what. When I tell you, God started going crazy in my life. And that was in 2017, I believe, 17. And so after that, I started getting sponsorships. My views on YouTube started to increase. And I'm not saying that this will be everyone's story, but this is my story, because the scripture does say, prove me now, here says the Lord of hosts, if I will not pour you out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. So that's a promise that God gives. If you pay your tithes, if you give him the 10%, he will exceed your expectations. He will cause there to be overflow in your life. And I have seen God do that time and time again. Whenever I get any money, even the stimulus money we got, oh, we're tithing on that right away. You know, I am big on whatever money comes in, God is going to get his cut. And when you honor God with the money that you do have, if you get to a place where your hand is just always closed, where you don't want to give to anybody, you don't want to support anybody's business, you're the type who wants to just hoard it all, keep it to yourself, and it's just for you and yours, just keep that mentality and you will keep experiencing the same things over and over again, or you will consistently not know where your money's coming from for bills. You will consistently be in a place of a drought. But if you want to experience the overflow, that is one way to get there. Give to God. Honor him with the first fruits of your increase. I'm telling you, he will blow your mind. I have seen God do it. Many people see the end of a thing and they idolize that, but they completely negate all the struggles and the hardships that came along with that. Y'all, I have gotten scammed out of every dime that I had. At one point, I did a video on that. I got hacked on Instagram. I had just gotten to 80K and then I got hacked and I had to start all the way over. And y'all, in about a year, I'm almost back to where I was. God covered me and he restored what I lost. And he didn't just restore what I lost. He has done more than that. He's like double, triple. He's like on YouTube, but I know my Instagram is about to go crazy too. I'm believing God for that I'm going to be at 100K very soon. I was on the road to 100K and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm almost there. I think that same week I had looked at my account and I'm like, wow, I'm at 80.5K. That's where I was. And I was like, man, I'm so close to 100K. And I felt like, you know, with 100K, you start to get brand deals and things like that. And now you can get them well before that. But at that time, it seemed like, you know, once you got to 100K, you could start getting sponsored on Instagram. Even with my journey now, I mentioned at the beginning that I desire to have management. And one reason is because, like, with me doing everything on my own, now I edit my own videos. I just got a photographer this year, and I'm sure you guys, if you've been to my Instagram, you already know that, y'all, we are leveling up. So I just got a new photographer, but in the past, I'd either take my photos or my husband was taking my photos. So like, this is a one-woman show. It has been for so long. And so now I'm at a point where I'm like, I need the help because, you know, on Instagram, although I'm almost at 70, I don't get a lot of collaborations or sponsorships, which I think is kind of crazy because I see others who have much less than me and they have collaborations, but many of those people have managers or they have agencies that they're partnering with. I don't have that. And so I've just been believing God that he'll do something great on my Instagram. One of the management companies that I reached out to, it was like they completely ignored me. They're like, you know, we only work with influencers who are at 100K. And I'm like, well, gracious. Okay, so I guess I just have to keep working hard to get there. But I believe in God that a management company will reach out to me and there'll be a great management company who truly advocates for their influencers and really believes in them, you know, because I really want that. I don't just want any manager who's not really somebody aligned with my brand and that also just treats me like a number. I don't want that. So we'll see what happens, but the goal is now to get to 100K. And I know I'm going to get past that. I'm going to believe God for that too. But I'm like, I want to get to 100K on Instagram. All right. So I think I've shared a significant part of my journey. Y'all, another thing that I'll mention before I get into the giveaway, I feel like a large part of why I am where I am today is because I celebrated others throughout their journey. Whenever someone is doing something great, oh, I'm not going to sit back and be jealous. And even now I have to like be cognizant of that. I have to remind myself, you know, not to, although, you know, they're getting something that I desire, not to pass by their post and not like it or comment or even say congratulations to them. I never want to get to that place where, you know, I'm envious of someone else and what they have going on in their life. My father actually conditioned that in my sister and I when we were growing up. I remember many moments when we were at church and we sing. We started singing when we were 4 years old. And my father, he would make sure whenever we were at a concert or maybe we were just at church in general and the choir is singing, if somebody else was up singing, he wouldn't just let us sit down. He would make us stand up. and you are standing up the whole time to support that person. And because we did that from a young age, that's also translated into my adult life. So now when I see somebody else doing something great, I want to applaud you. I want to celebrate you. I'm going to go crazy when you tell me about your story. Like, that's just how I am. I actually get fueled by seeing others receive great things or get great news or awesome things happen to them. It lets me know that God is working for them and he can do the same thing in my life. Even in my singleness, I was the same way. I've shared on my channel that I was single for 5 years before meeting my husband. But throughout that phase, when other people would meet the one or get engaged or whatever the case may be, have kids, although I didn't have that, I wasn't sitting back, you know, with my mouth all turned up and, you know, upset because they were blessed. I was like so excited for them and genuinely excited. And because of that, God has now elevated me. He's allowed me to be in the position that I'm in today. And I would never take credit for any of it. I can't even afford to. Like, I have to give God the glory because he's the one who's done it. I am so, so grateful for everything that God has done in my life. All the glory goes to him in everything. And I will be sharing a house update soon. Maybe. I'm kind of trying to decide how I'm going to do that whole little thing. But there is news coming about that. So much is going on and I'm just so, so grateful. And I know God is going to do even more. So when you guys see this channel start to grow even more, when we get to the 1 million and beyond, like, know that Mary is cool, but like God is the one who's running the show. It is him. So when you see this channel continue to grow, when you see my Instagram grow, when you start to see me partnering with these larger brands, because I'm speaking it now, I'm manifesting that it's going to happen. So when y'all see the increase, please continue to support. Continue to go crazy in the comment section on Instagram and on YouTube, because it really, really does matter. Y'all, in the social media space, those who don't look like me, when I tell you they are doing so, so well, it is because people that look like them are supporting them. They are watching their content. They're liking their stuff. And these brands seem to be more fond of those who don't look like me. So we have to change that. And that's going to come through them seeing that we are able to do well in this space too. That, you know, we can represent the brand and bring those same numbers that these people who don't look like me, if you know what I'm saying, are doing. My husband sent me this post and it was like so heartbreaking to see the comparison between a black influencer versus someone who's white. And I was like, oh my God, that is like such a slap in the face. But I just have to continue doing what I'm doing. And God's going to send the increase. He's going to bless. He's going to work it all out. And, you know, he's going to ultimately give me what it is that I deserve. And I'm so, so grateful and thankful for that. I'm speaking it's going to happen. It's going to come. But I've done enough talking about that. Let's get into this giveaway, y'all. Alright, so now let's get into the giveaway details. That's what some of you guys came here for. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of the video as well. But the giveaway details will be down in the description box as well. But I'm just going to go over a few things. So there will be 5 winners. So I'm doing 5 winners, 1 for each 100 on my channel. And of those 5 winners, 4 people will receive a wig and 1 person will receive a box filled with all kind of goodies. This is what it looks like. So this is a gift box from Sally Beauty. This was actually a back to school PR box that they sent to me. And I feel like it would be better served with someone else because it has a lot of great things in there. It has a mini ceramic styling iron. So it has a flat iron in there. It also has some press-on nails, some shampoo. I think there are like 2 shampoo sets in here. Has temporary hair color and also some nail polish. So this box is loaded full of goodies. So one of the winners is going to win this gift box. 2 of the winners are going to get a Her Given Hair unit. Y'all are always asking me when I'm going to give away one of those units. So one of the units that I'm going to give away by Her Given Hair, I know it's going to be a headband wig. And it's going to be one of the curly headband wigs. I believe it's either in length 16 or length 18. I'm not going to take it out of the box, but it is brand new. I'm currently wearing Her Given Hair. This is a headband wig in the coily texture, but the one that I'm going to give is in the curly texture. The other unit from Her Given Hair, I'm thinking about giving away, and I don't know if I want to or not because it's so bomb, but I think I might just buy me another one. It's the new pineapple cap wig. Y'all, this thing is phenomenal. I love my headband wigs, but this one, when I tried this, I was like, man, this is so cool. So I might give this one away. I'm still deciding because it's so bomb, but I could always just buy me another one. I might just do that. So I'm going to do that, and then I have 3 other units that I'm going to give away. I'm still kind of deciding which wigs they are. I think I have 3 new wigs over here. They're different textures, straighter textures, maybe some loose wave. Not sure yet, but 5 people are gonna win. And to enter this giveaway, you need to be subscribed to my channel, of course. You need to like this video, also comment. And in your comment, be sure to leave your name and your email address, because when I've done giveaways in the past, sadly, those giveaways have not gone as planned because many of you guys don't respond when I reach out to you. So I want to make sure I can actually email you. So if you put your email address in the comment, I can actually email you to share the details of what you need to do in order to get your gift, which is why I'm asking for your email. So be sure to leave your email address down below, your name and your email address. Leave a comment down below. It can be a comment about anything I've helped you with your journey, anything you like about my channel, just any comment. Just leave a comment. Also follow me on Instagram because I told you guys we're trying to get to 100K. So follow me there. Also follow me on TikTok. I recently started a TikTok. We're currently at 2K on TikTok, so we're growing. And I do a lot of my fashion content on Instagram. And if you guys really want to see real time what's going on with me, because I know I've gotten to a point where I post like 2 videos a week on YouTube, but I post on Instagram so much more frequently. And I'm trying to get into a rhythm on TikTok as well. So follow me on those platforms. And yeah, I think that's it. So all the details of the giveaway will be down below. I hope that you all really enjoyed this video, that you felt encouraged and inspired. I love you guys. Thank you so much for those who've been there since the beginning. And for all of our newbies, I really appreciate every single one of you. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.